Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Tonight I want to talk to you about three very important things. Number one, a very important new weapon that's developed and is being used by Al-Qassam brigades, the military wing of Hamas, and their revelation of it. The second thing that I wanted to talk to you about is clashes between the Palestinian Authority forces and resistance forces in the West Bank. And the third and most dangerous thing that I wanted to talk to you about is an attempt from the head of the intelligence of the Palestinian Authority in letting in forces through Rafah from Egypt under the disguise of the Red Crescent to Gaza without the knowledge of the Palestinian resistance to potentially support an Israeli invasion into Rafah and clash with the Palestinian resistance. I'm going to start off with the first thing. So Al-Qassam brigades, they've been constantly introducing new weapons to the battle, and they have their own manufactured weapons, of course. Many of them are the side bombs. They just revealed a very lethal weapon that they're using, and they said this is through a series of other weapons. We have other weapons that we will not be revealing now, but later on. But this weapon is called Al-Qaffaza, the hopper or the jumper. In English, it's a bomb that is under the ground. As soon as it senses Israeli forces moving in, hops over the ground up to about a meter, detonates and releases all sorts of metals to cause as much harm as possible. So they've recently revealed that they've been using this alongside many other advanced bombs that are highly effective when it comes to targeting the Israeli occupation forces in Gaza. Again, signaling that the Palestinian resistance is not only surviving this battle against Israel, but is actually winning and introducing new weapons, and they're more and more aggressive, even revealing new weapons that they're using, signaling production, lifeline, pipeline of weapons, supply chain that's intact, and increased sophistication when it comes to fighting the Israeli occupation forces in Gaza. The second thing that I wanted to talk to you about. So yesterday there were reports from Tul Karim, which is in the West Bank, that Palestinian Authority forces have been hunting down a man called Abu Shuja', who is a leading figure in the resistance in the West Bank. They tried to hunt him down alongside another leading figure in the Palestinian resistance in the West Bank, trying to take him over. One man was wounded, an innocent civilian. However, they managed to flee the people who they are after. They're the same people that Israel is after. And we're increasingly seeing more collaboration from the Palestinian Authority forces in taking down Palestinian resistance fighters in the West Bank on behalf of Israel. This is also linked to the last and most dangerous thing that I wanted to talk to you about tonight. A couple of weeks ago, I spoke about Majid Faraj. Majid Faraj is the head of the Palestinian Authority intelligence in the West Bank. He was named as a person who could potentially lead a force in Gaza apart from Hamas. He was supported by the Israeli Defense Minister Yoav Gallant. It was supported by Benjamin Netanyahu, and he even had a backing from the Israeli opposition leader Yair Lapid, who said that this man supported us continuously in taking down Hamas in the West Bank. Israel has been delaying the operation in Rafah, but we're seeing more collaboration happening on the ground, more evidence of this collaboration through and under the disguise of the aid. So the Interior Ministry in Gaza, they published just now, literally, that a suspicious force entered yesterday with the trucks of the Red Crescent in coordination with the occupation to Gaza. It went in with the Red Crescent, the Egyptian Red Crescent, in coordination with the Israeli occupation to Gaza. They added that the General Major Majid Faraj, he managed this force in a way to trick and deceive the people in Gaza and the forces in Gaza in charge of delivering the aid. Because Israel, don't forget, they've been trying to let the aid in through multiple other sides apart from Hamas in Gaza. The tribe said that we only deal with the legitimate authority in Gaza, but Israel is still coordinating with other forces to try and have a coup attempt against the Palestinian resistance through this aid, under the disguise of the aid, because they are unable to do it blatantly. And that's why the Ministry of Interior in Gaza, they said that this man did this in a deceptive way. They didn't elaborate further, but they said he made it in a very deceptive way. They also added, the Ministry of Interior in Gaza, that the Egyptian side notified the committee that's in charge of the crossing that they did not know that the forces accepted the Egyptian aid trucks. Okay, so clearly they're playing something. Hamas obviously is unable to function everywhere on top of the ground because Israel's targeting the civil side, the police forces as well. Clearly they have some sort of a presence, and they're deceiving the Egyptian side and the Palestinian tribes and other sides inside of Gaza, trying to deliver aid to the people. Imagine that. The Ministry of Interior in Gaza also added that we have received instructions from the Joint Committee of the Resistance that we must deal with any security force that does enter Gaza without the resistance knowledge through resistance. Any force that goes in without coordination will be dealt by the Palestinian resistance as the Israeli occupation is treated, meaning that they will treat any forces entering, whether through the Palestinian Authority, any other force, as they deal with the Israeli occupation. And we spoke about the international forces prospect, and that Hamas and the Palestinian resistance said we will deal with them exactly how we deal with Israel. Everything needs to be coordinated with us. This is an extremely dangerous escalation, and it hints that Israel is collaborating with the Palestinian Authority and with Majid Faraj, the head of the Palestinian intelligence in the West Bank, the Palestinian Authority intelligence, not only to deliver this aid and undermine the rule of Hamas, but to have a coup attempt against Hamas and instill this force as the new power for what they call the day after in Gaza. And this force will most likely, if they succeed to an extent, and they most likely won't, collaborate with Israel before they enter Rafah. So far, the Israeli strikes that we saw in Rafah, they were most likely coordinated with these figures that are clearly operating in some parts of Gaza under the disguise of the medical aid, of the humanitarian aid, and to obviously undermine Hamas. And Israel, do not forget, they're targeting the UNRWA as well, leaving no option for people but to receive aid from whichever way possible. But they're doing it through deceptive ways, and they're doing it as pretext as well to get their support before and during the invasion of Rafah that they are planning, and for them to hand the keys of the authority, if they succeed, to the Palestinian Authority in the West Bank. And they most likely will not succeed in this. And the fact that the Palestinian resistance is aware of this is a very good signal that they are awake and they're monitoring everything, and they will hopefully not succeed in deceiving the Palestinian resistance and the Palestinian people. And these were the main things that I want to talk to you about tonight, and I'll see you soon in the next video. Take care.